People, Deluded, I'm back again. We've won the Community Shield, and obviously it's only of relevance when your team win it. When you lose, it's a pointless trophy. Either way, there's bragging rights on the line. Arsenal, won, Liverpool won, and we obviously advance and win on penalties. Now, for me, yes, the trophy, man are not waking up to win the Community Shield, but at the end of the day, it's a trophy, it's silverware. There's bragging rights. You're professional footballers. Nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to lose at Wembley. And we've done well. So to consider the fact of we've beat City, we've beat Liverpool, we've beat Chelsea at Wembley, we're decent. For Arteta, he's been in the job 8 months and he's got 2 trophies. It's a fantastic moment. For me, banter aside and in all seriousness, I was looking at this performance as, if we want top 4 next season, we have to play against the sides of Liverpool and try and win and put incredible performances, not the usual drummings we're accustomed to, especially when you play a team like Liverpool with Mo Salah, with Mane and whatnot. Yes, it's pre-season of sorts. Going into the game, Liverpool have technically played more games than us in pre-season. There's speculation over 2 players starting. Holding's been linked with Newcastle. As you know, ironically, Maitland has as well, but primarily Wolves. So yeah, we knew he was going to line up on a back 3. Arteta said the boys have just got training again. He hasn't had too long to change things, and 3 at the back's been working for us. We've only conceded 1 goal between Chelsea, City and Liverpool. Forgive me if I'm wrong and I'm chatting crap, but that shows you that we're improving defensively. And like I said, I just wanted credibility into performance to go down fighting, and I think everybody showed that. A lot of eyebrows were raised, of course, when El Nene started in the midfield. I think he was good today. I think Tierney was good today. Maitland-Niles was good today. Martinez, do I even need to tell you what Martinez was on today? Big boy saves. I don't feel anybody was poor, If you look at it without emotion, I didn't feel we had the bulk of chances, but definitely Eddie in particular, we had a couple opportunities. We could have potentially went 2-3 up in the game. First 10 minutes in particular, it was to be expected. I think Liverpool weren't really threatening us, but they had the lion's share of possession. I think Van Dijk must have been the player with Liverpool that's touched the ball the most times. They played a high line. They were very much in our half the whole of the first half, but very much the first 10 minutes. They won that battle. They had more possession. A lot of it, like against 2 degree Chelsea, more so City, was to be expected. I felt their front 3 with obviously the usual suspects that pressed us. They pressed us very well and they forced mistakes. It's not a coincidence the amount of times Bellerin's first touch wasn't saving him or balls were going out of play because they pressed us. I liked that we kept that going. And while I think they had possession and stuff, I don't feel they necessarily hurt us. There was the occasional threat, but there wasn't that. From an Arsenal perspective, you want to see us get onto the ball a bit more. You want to see us settle. You want to just keep onto the ball rather than just defend. And really, our first real chance of the game in the 12th minute, Aubameyang scores it. It's Arteta's blueprint. It's a lovely. We're playing out from the back, and there were other players involved, of course. Primarily, the defenders were all involved. Martinez was all involved. Crucially, it goes to Saka. Saka switches flanks. Nico Williams, who's been given a great vote of confidence for whatever reason, starting ahead of Trent. He's unaware of where Aubameyang is, and he's invited him inside. Aubameyang, like he's shown in games before this at Wembley, he wraps his foot around it. It's 1-0. It's our first opportunity. And from that regards, the fact of we were a bit toothless, we didn't really have chances or possession. We've had 1 real chance to score it. I can't really complain. The problem is with Arsenal, as you saw as the game progressed, we weren't going to hold this out. We'd have to score another one. Liverpool were banging on the door. And as I said in my live stream, when you keep banging on the door, eventually somebody answers. And there were half chances. Numerous times throughout the game to even count, Martinez had to be equal to a couple of things. But generally, I think we defended well. I think we cleared our lines well. I think El Nene played well. I think Maitland-Niles played well. I think they did all right. It's not a game to get all gassed about, but I think everybody stood up to be counted. And that's what I was expecting from us. There were some occasional scares and things like that, but going into half time, I'm just thinking it's a big half now, because if I'm Liverpool, Arsenal are now defending the lead. Arsenal are going to have to see out the game. We're going to have to chase it, but they're going to have to see it out. Can we inject nerves? Can we wait for tired legs and gaps to start opening within our team, people? And my half-time thoughts were exactly, I don't think Liverpool have threaded that ball in behind and played that dangerous pass, but their press is working. They're forcing us into errors. feel we defended well. And I think it's weird, but we could, ironically, Liverpool were on top, but we could be 3-0 up if Eddie took them to them couple of chances he had, which he's got to do better with. Second half was more or less more of the same, and like I said, you could see it happening. And the goal we conceded was quite poor. It was a poor sequence that led to the goal. Crucially, you know, El Nene, Holding, Cedric in particular, you know, it's poor defending with that 1-2. Was it Firmino or Salah and Minamino? It's poor defending. They've taken advantage and they've scored, you know, 50 minutes or so after we've taken the lead. Players are standing there with their hands up. So there are things we can apply to be better in this game. And we shot ourselves in the foot really and truly with that. You know, at 1-1, it's gone to penalty straight away. There's no need for extra time anymore in these fixtures. And we've done well, you know. Brewster blasted over for them. Reece Nelson, Maitland now stepped up and took convincing penalties. I had no confidence in Cedric, I'll be honest, but his was a convincing penalty. David Luiz, and the pressure was on Aubameyang. He wanted to do the Ronaldo thing, taking it last, and again he scored the crucial penalty, and we get away with it. We win some silverware, and for me, you know, I just wanted to keep invoking hunger, because like I said, if you win the FA Cup and the Community Shield, imagine how it feels to maybe win the Prem or the Champs. I know we're a long way away from that, but it's about enticing that spirit. We're not going to get there overnight. Do you get it? Liverpool and Arsenal were quite close in terms of how the teams were moving, and now there's a gulf in class because of where Liverpool are moving. So I'm hoping it gives the young players. For Arteta, it further cements him knowing what he's doing and whatnot. It creates a bit of winning mentality. Like I said, for me, it's going into a big game and coming out with a positive result, which we need to do, especially away from home. And it is what it is, you know. Liverpool are the Premier League champions and they'll be fighting again. We need to focus on top 4. So beyond that, you know, there isn't much to get gassed about. We just go back to the drawing board in relation to who we're bringing into this team, in relation to who we're moving out. You know, it's birthday boy Maitland Niles' birthday today. He's won at Wembley again. Can't imagine a better birthday than representing your club and winning a game against Liverpool and getting silverware. You know, there's a lot of speculation with his future, but he was superb today in my opinion. Rob Holding, who I've got a bit of an iffy relationship with late now with, I think he had a good game. Martinez further puts pressure on who's going to get that #1 spot, especially with the comments that come out in The Athletic. I think Bellerin did alright. I don't know why he got subbed if there was an injury or anything, but I think he did alright. Not to get too gassed about El Nene, but I think he put him and Xhaka, but focusing on El Nene, put in a good performance. I feel Saka did well. I think Eddie should have scored, but he put himself about today as well. I think it was a good performance, man. We can pick out individuals, but at the end of the day, it's a cup final. It's about the collective, and we let ourselves down for the goal. Probably want to see us have better possession in the game generally. Probably want to see us take these chances, like I said earlier, and not allow it to go to penalties, full stop. But it's building blocks, man, and it's another big game. You like against Chelsea, like against Liverpool, like against United at the Emirates, and I'd even throw Chelsea at Arsenal when we threw it away in the last 15, where we're putting in better performances against the big team. So there's stuff to build upon. Like I said, it's our day. It's a nice feeling winning a trophy, especially after just being at Wembley a couple of weeks ago. It's a bit of bragging rights and a bit of banter for fans, but let's just focus on our season, and hopefully, you know, we're really aroused by our imaginations of being in the top 4 next season. You know, imagine what it feels like to go and get your goals. Imagine what this feel good feels like. Can we go and cement what our goal is from August until next May? Well, September, but at May, do you get it, people? Well, yeah, so it is a big win. Like I said, Arsenal, Liverpool drew it, went to penalties. We did what we needed to do. On that note, I have nothing more to add, so why waste any more of you lot's time? People, it's always a pleasure speaking with you guys. It's appreciated. Please make sure you splash the like button. Smash the like button, not splash. I just saw my water leak. Make sure you splash. Make sure you smash the like button. Congratulations to Arsenal. Come on, you Gooners and things like that. It's more silverware, of course, but we move forward, man, and we focus on the rest of our pre-season preparations, and our attention turns to the market, because, you know, 3 players, ironically 3 members of that defence who played alright today, there's speculation over all their futures. Martinez, Rob Holding, Maitland-Niles. Even if I push it into midfield, you know, El Nene's not got interest or not really spoken about, but, you know, he could very much be moved on. Arteta played coy, and ironically, with this performance, hopefully El Nene's put himself in the shop window if we don't want him to leave and things. And he carried on where he left off against MK Dons. It's fair and fun and games playing well against MK Dons. No disrespect, it's how you play today. So he's doing his thing, and, you know, who knows, you might still be at Arsenal come the game against Fulham. But for now, I've got nothing more to add. Like I said, it's a fantastic win. People, DG, I'm out.